Tommy from Synth Anatomy at the Superbooth 21 at the booth at Faselunare with Francesco. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. We are Faselunare from Italy and from Soundmit, And we have our two products this year. Is our first year as exhibitors, so we are very satisfied by the crowd, and people are very interested in our products because are small products. And for example, we have our first module is a four voices drum module, digital module, in just only 6 HP.
And before your developer work, you have a trade show. You had a kind of a show, a kind of super booth in Italy.
Yeah, we also are the organizer of the Soundmit. Soundmit is the oldest synthesizer event because it's born in 2011, and last year we have to deal with the Corona stuff, so we make our first online edition with other 30 exhibitors from different time zone. It was very, very.
It's where? Where in Italy it's held?
The physical event is in Torino, northwest Italy. So it's a good point because it's in the center of, not in the center of Europe, but is near to Spain, France, Swiss, so you can reach us easily.
And what can people expect there? Is it a trade show like Superbooth, or is it more concerts or more DIY? Or
it's similar to Superbooth, but smallest, obviously. But this year we go for another online edition because in Italy is almost impossible now organize something in person because the Corona stuff, So we have a big announcement next week for the Soundmit, and we can tell more next week. So.
And you are bringing together more the big ones, players, or also more smaller developers?
We are focused on smaller company, but we also have big companies like Moog, Yamaha, But we have the majority of our exhibitors are small company like Jomox and Nori, for example, so Fine Gear. We have many exhibitors from all around the world because we always host exhibitors from Russia, Alex Pleninger, for example. So we have plenty of friends in Russia.
And so it's a show for synthesizer, so modular and desktop and so on.
Yes.
But also pedal, I read, yeah?
Sorry?
It's also for pedals. So it's synthesizer and pedals.
Panels, yes.
Pedals.
Yes, we started to introduce pedals 2 years ago, and the majority of exhibitors are in the synthesizer fields. So, and there is also some pro audio exhibitors with mixers and outboard and so on.
Interesting. So we can expect hopefully Soundsmit in 2022. Again,
yeah. We're considering this edition this year, the 21, waiting for the 22, and we have a very big project for the 22, and we hope to go online, goes in person again, because online is cool, but on person is better.
Of course. Okay, so if we want to go to a trade show with good food, because Italy is known for good food, visit the Soundmit, the trade show from Francesco. And back to your topic of the Superbooth 21, you are not only a maker of a trade show or a synth exposition, but you are now also a developer.
Yeah. Yes, because we are primarily we are musicians. So Soundmit was a part of our work, but we are musicians and we want to make own instruments to have our sound. So we started to thinking of new products. I'm the product designer, and Alessandro is the electronic designer, and Daniele is another guy, is a software developer, and when I designed this module, this one is the first module. My goal was to keep less space possible for the rack, and we ended with a C6 HP drum module with 4 voices, with 12 parameters per voices. With the voices can be synthesis and sampled. You can load your sample from SD card, for example. You can store preset. You have 5 preset. When you perform with the module, you can change by preset and without losing audio, without glitch. So if you have well-crafted preset, you can perform just changing the preset. So this is Vega, is our first module, is a 4 voices drum module. You can have 12 parameters per voices. We have this interface, color-coded interface. You can change pages with this button. Each page has 2 parameters to tweak, and with this 5 LED, you can see the parameter value. And is also used for the preset part. You have 5 preset to store and load on the fly. And if you want to tweak a voice, you have to select before. And the brightest voice, the selected voice is brighted. You can also mute the voices by pressing the mode button and the voices. If blink fast is is muted, and the same for unmuted. In this version of the firmware, the samples are coded, and but in the next release, you can load your own sample directly from the SD card. The engine is half synthesis and half in samples, so you can have both. If you want to load your sample or you want to work in synthesis, you have both worlds. So you have 4 trigger inputs, 1 audio output, and 1 extra trigger inputs to trigger in randomly the voices. There is no CV. Okay. And
one cannot import a sample and say I trigger it with a C3 and so on. So it's purely for drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but you can also load long samples. So you can make creative stuff with the synthesis chains.
So it loads the sounds directly from the micro SD card.
In the next release, yes, we still making some tests to set the limit of the files.
Okay. And you said you can save presets, right?
Yes, you have 5 presets. It's quite simple because you can press this button and the first encoder and become red. You can choose from 5 presets with encoder. When you are in the when you want to load the preset, you can press it. Blink is ready, and when you press again, they change instantly. So you don't have glitch and so you can perform just changing the preset if you want. And the same is for saving. Now I can't save because there is no SD card, but the process is the same. You can press this one and this one, it became red. Is ready, and you store by pressing again in this memory position.
Can we get some sounds of it?
Yes.
drum synthesis side, you are using drum algorithms, or what kind of synthesis they are using there?
Yes, basically is a subtractive chain with custom coded parts. We use, for example, a custom envelope and custom filter. So the module is based on TNC 4.1. It's not open source, and the module is this one. There is another part on the back. This one. One thing is very nerd stuff. The module is called Vega. If you look at the picture of the Lyra constellation, where Vega is the brightest star, you can see that the position of the button are the same of the star in the constellation. It's a nerdy stuff.
Okay. And Francesco, you have also something desktop.
Yes, we have. It's not a product; it's a platform for us because it's a open source project, both in hardware and software. It's called Microcosmos, and with the same hardware, you can have different machines just coding few lines of DSP code. We use the Faust language for the DSP part. So, for example, you can have a drone machine just in 20 lines of code. How the machine can be anything you want is up to you. It's all in the code. You can change the color of the encoder, the display. We have 16 RGB LED plus another RGB service LED, and we put inside stereo audio input, stereo audio output, headphone, internal microphone, USB host to plug directly a controller, MIDI out and MIDI in. So you can use it for making sequencer, synthesizer, sampler, and MIDI stuff like MIDI monitor, MIDI merger, and what you want. It's up to you because the code is open. Also, the hardware is open. We will publish soon all the documentation on our website, and we want to create a community around the Microcosmos. We can provide the hardware and all the documentation, and obviously some DSP. And we want to hear from the community what the community can do with our hardware. We also are in contact with the Graham Institute in France. He invented the Faust language. We are supported, and we soon present the Microcosmos at the next audio developer conference in London. And
but it's your own hardware.
yes, it's completely designed and manufactured by us. We have to buy an oven to make up the prototype, and I don't know when we'll be on the market because there is the shortage of the components, so we are waiting to the shortage ended to have components. So
okay, and how can someone get the Microcosmos? Is it?
We want to sell it through our website in the future, but so for the shortage of the component we can manufacture it them. This is the final prototype, and but if you can follow us in our social channel, you can get all the news. So when it will be available, you know.
Okay. So Francesco, many cool stuff happening at your company. It's a lot of open source. You try to encourage people to create their own algorithms and so on. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty cool way to create products, and I'm really looking forward to the Vega. Is Vega how far is it away from the official release? Is it ready or?
The hardware is in the final version. We need to tweak something in the firmware, and we are waiting to the end of the shortage of the component to go in production. Okay. So we had a lot of contact in these days, and the small form factor is sorry.
So it's ready for production here.
Yes.
And for how much it will go on the market?
don't have set price now because also the problem of the component we have to see how the price of the component go, but we try to keep them in an affordable range of price.
And Microcosmos
Microcosmos
will be on the website. And
when will be available is around 300 euro. So pre-assembled unit is not possible to give a kit because it's impossible to solder by hand.
Okay.
So you can buy the pre-built hardware and deal only with the software. Pretty simple.
Okay. Thank you, Francesco,
Thank you, Tom.
to give us a little overview of your new company from Italy.
Yeah.
I wish you good luck for your first steps in the hardware domain
Yeah. Thanks.
and with your amazing show in Torino.
Torino.
It will happen next year.
Yeah.
So big thanks. I wish you a good rest. What are we? To rest 4 hours, 4, 5, 5. So yeah, hours. So have fun on the last hours, and big thanks for watching, and hope to see you again very soon in our next Synth
bye.
videos here at Superbooth 21. Ciao.